Hey guys, and I hope you guys are doing well. It's Wasik from TGN, and today we'll be going over a IELTS Writing Task 1 bar chart. So I have the chart on the screen right now so you guys can take a look. এই চার্টটা হচ্ছে UK telephone calls by category, okay? And let's read the introduction and let's see what they say. The chart below shows the total number of minutes in billions of telephone calls in the UK divided into 3 categories from 1995 to 2002. So এই চার্টটা দেখাচ্ছে কত মিনিট in billions UK তে ফোন কল করা হয়েছে, and the call types are local fixed line, national and international fixed line, and then we have mobiles. And এটাকে color coding করা হয়েছে with gray, ashটা হচ্ছে local, আমাদের nationalটা হচ্ছে সাদা, and mobile হচ্ছে full black, so it's color. Okay, so প্রথমে আমাদের একটা writing task 1 এ এই প্রথম লাইনটাকে the chart below এই লাইনটাকে আমাদের নিজের ভাষায় paraphrase করে দিয়ে দিতে হবে. Okay, so let's see how I do that. And use the graph. এখানে আমি একটা জিনিস সবাইকে বলি যে use the graph, যেমন এই টাইটেলটা, you can use that to your advantage. It's a very helpful way to easily paraphrase. Okay, and paraphrasing again means just putting it into your own language. আমাদের নিজের ভাষায় লেখা. Okay, so let's kind of do that. যেটা আমি এখন করলাম, which is an indentation, এটা হচ্ছে একটা paragraphing এর it's a function in paragraphing basically. And when you paragraph, এখানে you get more marks. অনেক মানুষ indentation জিনিসটা বুঝে না, but you should really look into what an indentation is, and it's very important in academic writing. ঠিক আছে? So let's move into the writing. So let's paraphrase this. So right here, the bar chart illustrates the it says the total number of minutes, right? So let's just say the number of minutes in billions of phone calls, or let's just say right here, we can use this. It says UK telephone calls by category, right? So let's just say of phone calls in the UK, and let's not act, let's put the full form, United Kingdom, by category, as it says on the title of the bar graph, to make our life easy. By category from 1995 to 2002. Done. So this basically is a very simple way to paraphrase. I could have gone a different way. যদি চান আরো হাই লেভেল করা যায়, but it's up to you. Okay, মূল কথা আমাদের 150 ওয়ার্ড লিখতে হবে এবং আমাদের এটাকে 20 মিনিটে শেষ করতে হবে. So we want to be kind of fast. Don't use too much brain power in task 1 because task 2 কিন্তু বাকি আছে, and task 2 তে কিন্তু more marks. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, the next part of the introduction যেটা আমি দেই হচ্ছে an overall statement. অনেক ট্রেনাররা অন্য জায়গায় দেয়, অনেক ট্রেনাররা এন্ডিং এ দেয়, অনেক ট্রেনাররা একটা সেপারেট paragraph বানায়, but I like to put it with the introduction. It's all up to you, right? And an overall statement এর জিনিসটা হচ্ছে what can you see just from looking at the graph? ঠিক আছে, আমরা যেটা like এক ঝলকে দেখতে পারি basically, and দেখা যাচ্ছে যে মানে initially they were kind of different. প্রথম এই 1995 ওদের কিন্তু রেট গুলো একটু অনেক disparity ছিল, অনেক differences ছিল, right? But as far as towards the end of the period, they're kind of converging. You see, guys? So the word converging means coming together. Converging এর মানে হচ্ছে coming together. So let's kind of use that information. আমি বেশি data, I never want to use any data actually in an overall statement. Okay, কোনোদিনও কোনো data integrate করবেন না, because you need to use that data in the body paragraphs which are coming up, right? So this is just the introduction, and this is the overall statement. So I just need to put in one line what is going on. এক ঝলকে যা দেখা যায়, ঠিক আছে? Let's move on. Let's see. So overall, it can be seen that the number of all right, so overall, it can be seen that the number of minutes in each category varied at the beginning of the period, but converged at the end. So আমি এই লাইনটা দিয়ে বুঝাচ্ছি যে the number of minutes, right? Let's look up at the graph. The number of minutes in 1995 varied. So কিছু difference দেখা যাচ্ছে, right? But they converged at the end because I can see at the end of the time period আমাদের 2002 তে যে সবগুলো minutes কিন্তু কম বেশি they're coming together, and I'm pretty sure if we look at the trend we can see probably 2003 করতো 4 করতো you'd see that they're all coming together even more based on the trend given. ঠিক আছে, but you don't have to really do all that trend analysis, but you need to understand that they're coming together or they're coming apart. মানে এই সব basic information গুলো একটু জানা উচিত, right? And the way to write about it. ঠিক আছে? Another thing you want to mention, or I want to mention to you guys, is the fact that it's past tense, right? 1995, 2002. So আমাদের এটা কিন্তু tense, fully past tense, and varied, converged. So এই সব জিনিসের জন্য marks আমরা কিন্তু easily lose করতে পারি, which I don't want you to do. Now, how am I going to do the body paragraphs? Body paragraphs গুলা কেমনে লিখবো, কিভাবে লিখবো, কয়টা লিখবো? So if you can see, local fixed line এ আমাদের আছে ধরেন a little bit of movement in the trend. ঠিক না? Like let's look at this right here. 1995 এ বাড়ে until 99, তারপর আবার কমে. এই লাইনটা কমছে, right? So the number of minutes are going down. So we can একটু movement দেখছি, and a paragraph, I'll do one little paragraph for this one because it's a little different, isn't it? এখন আমি a second category, let's say national and international, এটাকে কিন্তু দেখা যাচ্ছে যে it's relatively stable, but it has growth, right? It's a stable growth. So we'll mention that as well. And the same thing applies, a same concept of that growth, the same thing about growth, right? It's seen in the mobiles. So the fact that basically both of them are going like, up. আমি এই দুইটাকে একসাথে present করব. And let's say, like I said, locals are কিন্তু একটু different, right? There's growth and then there's decline. So এই জন্য ওইটাকে একা একা present করব. দুইটা body paragraph হবে, and they should be relatively simple. Again, এখানে আমাদের 20 minutes আছে to write 150 words, present the information, use the data, and get out of there because আমাদের task to baki. All right, so let's get into it. All right. I used the tab bar again, so I indented. So that's paragraphing. I'll release a video about indenting and stuff like that. But using paragraphing gets you more marks. Okay, academic writing is darka. So 1995 দেখা যাচ্ছে যে আমাদের about 70 billion, right? And then 96 about 80, 97 about 85, 98 we have about 90. ঠিক আছে? So I can basically write all four of these in one sentence, okay, if I really use my brain, if I really use my English skills effectively. So let's go. From 1995 to 1998, the number of minutes for local calls grew from, let's see the number again, 70 I believe, to about 90. So grew from 70 billion to about 90 billion minutes. Oops. Now let's move forward. এখন আবার দেখি 1999 কিন্তু same. ঠিক না? So we want to mention that 1999 it stayed the same. But for the rest of the period, it declined until it reached about the same original starting amount. ठीक ना? So we want to mention that. So let's get into it. Throughout the rest of the period, the number of minutes, declined to about 70 billion, the original amount from 1995. And let's go ahead and put similar. and not from 1995, in 1995. ঠিক আছে? So, whoops, I don't want a period there. Whoa. All right. Now, let's move forward. এখন আমাদের localটা complete. Okay. Next, we have national and international. And we have mobiles. So এই দুইটাকে একসাথে একটা দুইটা সেন্টেন্সে কমপ্লিট করা যাবে। But we're going to do that in a different paragraph because আমাদের এগুলার trend একটু different, right? So let's do this now. National and international calls started at, let's say, 35 billion minutes and grew steadily until 2002 with a little under 60 billion minutes. Okay. Started with, what was the number? 35 billion, let's say. Nearly 35 billion minutes in 1995 and grew steadily until 2002, and it's about a little, what is that, a little less than 60 in it. Let's do that. With just below 60 billion minutes. And যেহেতু আমাদের একটাই বাকি আছে, which is mobiles. Okay, so let's look at this. Starting with a really small number, what is that? Less than 5 billion minutes, and then we can see that it grew until 1999 at a steady rate, but from 2000 onwards it grew exponentially. So let's mention those things. I'm just looking at the movements and I'm trying to quickly analyze them and quickly organize them to effectively write a sentence or two, right? And just kind of finish off this writing. So, mobile calls began with less than 5 billion minutes in 1995 and remained constant, relatively constant until 1998, right? Relatively constant until 1998 at nearly, or let's just say at about 10 billion. And last, we want to mention যে 1999 থেকে আমাদের 2002 পর্যন্ত একটা fast rate of growth or a strong rate of growth. ঠিক আছে, exponential growth. So let's say 1999 it had more than 10 billion, but from 2000 to 2002 it grew rapidly to about 40 billion minutes. Okay. In 1998 or 1999, the number grew to over 10 billion. And from 2000 onwards, the number of minutes grew, or let's just say increased rapidly to, let's say, how much was it? Just over 40 billion? Good. To just over 40 billion minutes in 2002. So let's see how many words this is. We've got 162 words, so more than enough for IELTS. We just need 150, Tikna. And I want you guys to remember, we have task 2 baki. So task 2 te kintu amader 250 word likhte hobe. আমাদের task 2 বাকি যেহেতু we're gonna do different videos about it, okay? And I want you guys to stay tuned for more tips and tricks. Hopefully in the future I'll be doing more task 1 videos, of course, and in the further on I'll do task 2 videos. Task 2 is 2/3 of the marks, task 1 is 1/3 of the marks. So I want you guys always to remember, get in, get out, and get on with your exam, okay? And don't hyperanalyze these, and don't make it more difficult than it has to be. আমরা এটাকে কিন্তু খুব simply and effectively explain করে marks উঠিয়ে get out of there, okay? 20 minutes, get in, get out, go on to task 2. In task 1, use your time effectively and get, a band 7. So let me know how you guys like the videos, and stay tuned for more tips and tricks. See you later from TGN. I'm Wasik, signing out.